Good morning. Welcome back to another episode of. What am I hearing? I forgot to mute it. All right, let's pause. There we go. Hey, good morning. Welcome back to another episode of Selling Past Your Expiration Date, Being Thrifty Over 50. I'm your one host, Jay.
I'm Peg.
And we are back, from eBay Open last week. Oh,
woohoo!
I meant to start the show like this.
So, Jason, I was going to do the same thing. I was going to be falling asleep.
Cow, what a week.
Oh, we couldn't have fit anything more in, I don't think.
No.
Oh.
No, it was a mad dash to fit as much as we could into the week,
yep.
And it was all fun. So we had to fit a lot of fun into this week.
Yes, fun and a little exhausting, but a great time. All of those who attended, I think they had a blast. For those of you who couldn't make it this year, don't miss it next year. That's all we can say. We'll give you more insight shortly, but it sure was a wonderful week.
Yep, and so this is the official logo. I don't know if it's going to be the logo always going forward, but as soon as you see this logo again when they announce next year's, sign up immediately because it was amazing. So we're going to have a discussion, a small round table, if you will. So we have 3 people in this discussion today, and obviously I'm one of them. Hi. I'm old hat. I've been going to eBay events forever, yeah. And my mom's been going to them for a couple years now. And then here's Vicky, who's going to come into the shot, and it's her first one. Yay!
Hey, Vic.
So I'll pop Mom on the screen while we squeeze in here together.
Okay.
Switch over here. You're going to slide in. All right, Ma. So how many events have you been to now?
Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3 major eBay ones and 1 Ecom Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it for me.
And then some of you might remember Vicky. Vicky was a host on 30 Business with Jay and A. Our host, a guest. Or a host. What the hell? And this was Vicky's first eBay event. Oh, I'm going to get the mic a little closer here. How long have you been selling on eBay?
So I've been selling for almost 11 years, something like 20,000 transactions. And I've said before, if anybody has ever listened to my little spiel, that I'm not a joiner per se. This is, there's a reason why I sell online. I like to work out of my house. I don't like to work for other people. So the fact that I even joined the thrifting board was a big deal for me, which I'm glad I did, incidentally. Not blowing smoke at you, but true, I am. And so when everybody kept saying they were going to this thing, I said, well, it's in Vegas. I live in Vegas. I really need to go. It's only $200. If I don't go, that's kind of stupid. So I loved it.
Here, lean in here. There you go. See?
There we go.
I loved it.
You were like way out here. Like, here's my ear. Here's my ear.
Yeah, there is nothing bad you can say about an eBay conference. I mean, everyone I have attended, it is first class all the way. It just blows you away, and we're going to fill you all in on that.
How do we look now? Get a little dark now. Sorry, guys. I wasn't planning on doing a show today, but Mama is going away again tomorrow. So we had
Mama's on a whirlwind vacation right now.
Or it would be too long without our show. So
right. So we're squeezing one in.
All right. So let's start from the beginning and why? Let's start with you, Ma. Why should people come to this event?
Okay. I think it's for a number of reasons, actually. First of all, to learn. The seminars that they have were geared pretty much towards everybody, whether you're a huge seller or a small seller. So going to the seminars was great. The networking amongst all of the eBayers there is, to me, the best. I think I learned more that way than I do actually attending the seminars. You just can't beat the interaction of talking to everyone and what they sell and how they do it and their problems and your problems, and the networking is just phenomenal. And third, for the fun of it all. I mean, it just I love it. Their parties are phenomenal. We'll go into detail in a little bit. The food was outstanding. For $199, I would pay $500 to go to this.
Shh, don't say that out loud.
I know. But because the value of what you are getting is so worth that $199. It's just more than you can imagine. So that's my feeling on it.
All right, let's share a couple photos since we were talking about and there's so much going on that between the fun part of it and the learning part of it, you can't get to it all.
Right.
It's constantly like, oh, do I go to this or do I go to that? So at one point, Nadine and I were on eBay Radio, which broadcasts live from the event. So that was cool. We got a little 5-minute segment.
Yeah, that was really nice.
And this is where I also spoke on stage later on. We'll get to those pictures in a minute. But it's separated into 2 areas. The lower floor is all the classrooms, so very specific: social media, seller hub, marketing. And then there is the upper floor where it's the community village, where they have the different vendors and sponsors. And different parts of eBay have booths, and then this is where there's a secondary stage where I spoke and where eBay Radio is, and then there's a main room where we have the main speeches by people like Devin Wenig, the CEO, Hal Lawton, head of North America eBay, and they basically tell us where we're headed, and that's where I get the most of my values out of those.
Right.
I like to see what eBay is talking about, what they're doing, and I liked a lot of what I heard this time. All right, Vic, so your first event, give me your overall impression.
Overall impression, my favorite part, like Peggy said, was networking with other sellers, getting to meet people from the thrifting board, the lifeguards, people that I have gotten to know online a little bit.
Getting to know.
I know. It was really nice to meet people in person and realize that you really like them even more than you thought you did.
Yeah, that's the truth.
That was a lot of fun.
Now, before we go any further, did anyone go the other way? Like, oh, you're so much fun online. You suck in real life.
A couple.
Really? Oh, let's do names. Just kidding.
No.
Hey, we're a fun bunch.
We were a really fun bunch. We had a lot of fun. So for me, the networking was a lot of fun, talking with other sellers, getting to know them. The best question to ask anybody that you were introduced to or that you introduced yourself to was, so what do you sell on eBay? And that was that kind of opened the door for any discussion from there, because people love to talk about themselves. So that was fun.
Yeah.
The classes themselves, I will say, while they were very good, I didn't get a whole heck of a lot out of them personally, but I think they were great for new sellers or sellers that sell a lot of new items. I think they were geared a little bit toward the multiple listing sellers that may sell 100 of or 4,000 of the same things. I don't think they were geared quite toward people that sell like we sell, like the thrifting board people sell, a lot of one-offs, a lot of thrifted items and antiques, collectibles, that kind of thing. Yeah. But I did get a little nugget out of every class that I attended. There was at least one little thing that I got out of everyone. So that to me was worth it right there.
So my only complaint, no matter what the event is, there's room for improvement. And my only complaint is, and I've had this complaint with eBay before, and I've talked to them, and I'll talk to them again. When you have a class or a session, and it's about a specific part of eBay, and you're having the person who's in charge of it at eBay speak, well, he's the most knowledgeable, or she's the most knowledgeable because they're in charge of it. But that doesn't mean they're an onstage speaker, and that's the problem.
Right.
Just because you run the team inside a tech company doesn't mean you're going to be great on stage. And a few of those times I'm like, come on. They kind of talk like Bueller.
Right,
Bueller.
Yeah, very monotone, and I hate to say this, but almost put you to sleep if it was after lunch, because it was just kind of very low key.
They need to come to the Jason school of getting people's attention from stage.
Yeah, they do need a little more stage presence. That would help. Yep. That would help.
And so my suggestion always is, you have to pair them with somebody that maybe has a little more zing, a little more pizzazz.
Right. Yeah, a couple. I forget which one it was, but there was 2 girls. They were dynamite. Very effervescent, very uplifting. Kept our attention. They were great. Whoops. Hello. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Well, you don't make sounds when the behind the scenes is happening, Ma. Whoops. Hello. What's happening?
I didn't know what you were doing. I thought we just lost our picture permanently.
You don't hear Jimmy Fallon go, whoa, hey, what's happening here? So that is the CEO of eBay, Devin Wenig. Devin came out to address us, and I know Devin very well. And sadly, we didn't bump into each other, and he had to leave after the first day. When Devin first got hired at eBay, like his first day on the job was hanging out with me on Capitol Hill talking to senators. So we met for 3 seconds, then we went in and tried to get a senator to pay attention to us. So Devin and I have been friends for a long, long time, and his regime is, I feel, and many people feel, is getting eBay back on track.
Yeah.
I feel the last regime, 2 ago, actually lost their way, and Devin's very gung ho about the company and really wants to make it awesome. And so is Hal Lawton, who is head of eBay North America. And Hal's amazing. We don't have a picture of Hal, but Hal will.
I had a picture.
So do I. It's in Hemi, right? I don't know how Hal must have 48 hours in every one of his days, because not only is he like second in command, he also listens to every seller that reaches out to him, helps every seller, talks to every seller. I mean, it's amazing how many people Hal knows by name that we know.
Yeah.
He was very approachable, very friendly.
You took the words right out of my
yeah,
mouth.
sorry.
Just gonna say that. Very approachable. Yeah.
Yeah.
And and I've known Hal now for a long time too, and I can approach Hal and chat with him about anything. So I've lucked out. I've been ingrained in the eBay community for a long, long time, and I'm not just a face in the crowd. I do know them by name. They know me by name. We're Facebook friends. So the opening speech really gave me hope that some things will get back on track. And Devin said it best. He said we're going to stop chasing other companies and go back to being eBay.
Yep.
And I like that.
Yeah.
Technological side, they're making us better, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But he said, yeah, we were chasing everybody, and we're just going to be eBay. And their current goal is to bring 100 million new customers to the platform.
I know, that blew me away too. I was very excited to see that.
And the marketing and the advertising that they're willing to put forth to do that was pretty interesting too.
Yep. And
should we talk about what's coming on the new advertising that they showed us?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I don't remember all of the stations, but there are a lot of television advertising is coming. And I do remember Fox and E-Channel and HDTV, and you guys remember some of the other ones that were up there?
The NFL channel.
Yep.
NFL?
Yep. So they're not geared towards just one type of customer.
Yeah.
A variety of channels that'll have a variety of customers. So
yeah.
So look for that starting today, I think, right? August 1st.
Yeah, August 1. They said. Yep.
So new commercials and way more integration into social media.
Yeah, so that's going to be nice. That should help a lot.
So those of you who aren't using social media, you should be.
I'm learning.
All right.
Yeah, me too. Vicki, I don't know.
I have a phone appointment with my girl Lorna, the lifeguard, next week. She is going to hook me up and teach me, because I am a dinosaur when it comes to social media. I am the first to admit. It takes me a long time to change. I've been just eBay and only eBay up until this year. I've already expanded, so I'm working on it.
But it definitely seems it's a plus that will drive business to you. I mean, yeah. So we have to learn that. We really do.
Yeah, because they had one of the guys there from Facebook. So he sat on stage. He was one of the big speakers.
He was a good speaker.
Yeah. To talk about how purchasing and shopping are going into the future. So he had made mention that because of what you like on Facebook, for those who don't know, because of the videos you like, the things you share, the things you do, Facebook realizes who you are, what you like, what your tastes are,
right.
And then they gear stuff towards you. So he said the other day he works on Facebook, but he's just surfing his feed on Facebook, and he saw a T-shirt that was two things mashed together. There's a band called the Gorillaz out of England, who are somewhat of a fake band, too much to explain now, and Star Wars, but somebody had made a shirt of the two together, and he's a huge fan of both, and Facebook knew that because he has shared Star Wars stuff and Gorilla stuff, and he saw a T-shirt he didn't know he needed, but as soon as he saw it, he clicked purchase, and with 3 clicks, there was a T-shirt on the way. And that's how everything's going to be, is he pushed towards you based on your likes and dislikes. And look, here's how eBay works. So Nadine was at my house. She spent Friday night. She had to do something on my computer, so she logged me out of eBay, logged herself in, did something, forgot to log out. I went and put a bid on some rare tiki mugs that were poorly listed, and guess who won them? Not me, Nadine. And now Nadine's like, my feed is full of tiki mugs. That's how it works. That's how,
Yeah.
so that's all going to be like this. So
Right.
Facebook, when they showed I felt old. When they showed all the different social media icons up there, I didn't know half of them.
Well, I did know who what all of them were. I did.
Even
know
that one little like weird T at the
Yeah.
bottom.
Yeah, they had Vine, and then they had the.
Yeah, there were some I'm like, I don't know what those are. So,
I've
but
never used them all. Don't let me correct.
Oh,
this,
right.
But I knew what the icons meant.
Well, maybe we need to do a session on just how we get on social media. Maybe
yeah, we could definitely do that.
Yeah.
But the point is, what eBay is doing is they're geared towards making sure that they are visible on every platform. So Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Right.
So it's all intertwined. So if someone is goofing around on Twitter one day, they can easily get to eBay.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we do our social media shares, if you're not in the thrifting board, that's our Facebook group, come on over. But if you're in the group and you don't do it, what's cool is if you share on Twitter, you might get picked up by the company of the item you're sharing on. And that happened recently.
Wow.
Somebody was selling a vintage Izod sweater, and Izod saw one of the shares on Twitter and loved it, and they pushed it out to their followers. Now, of course, I have a lot less followers than that company Izod. So when they pushed it out, a famous tennis player bought that sweater from one of our members.
Yeah, that's
So
pretty cool.
that's the power of social media.
Right. We have to do this.
Yes.
Vicki, we got to get into it on. I know.
We got to figure this out.
Yeah. Another thing too that I don't. You want to get into swag at all, or what? How's your
Go
journey?
ahead. Yeah, get it, whatever.
Okay.
Oh, I just sold something.
Oh, well, that's always good.
Pair of jeans. All right, cool.
When you first get there on the opening night, which was the welcoming party, which was very nice, and dinner and the whole 9 yards, but they give you your swag bag, okay, and it's usually filled with a bunch of goodies. We had the agenda book, okay, and then they have a book for keeping your notes from all the seminars that you attend. They give you a luggage tag. Am I showing it the right way? I think those are pretty cool. The luggage tag. Got to put this in my car.
I was excited about that.
Yeah, me too.
I guess I don't through my bag well enough. I don't even know we got that.
Yeah, no, I want people to know I'm an eBay seller. Absolutely. And then there was a ticket in for a free T-shirt, so we all got a free T-shirt.
Some of us got there too late and didn't get their size.
No,
I should be wearing the size I got. I got a large. I should be wearing that right now.
Yeah. And there was our name tag. What was nice about the name tag, and then of course you got to click on the things that you have done or have accomplished, but on the back was our schedule for the few days, and that was good. And the other thing in the community village of all the different vendors that are set up and the sponsors and so forth, they had a lot of freebie giveaways as well. And one of them was eBay. And look what we happened to get
eBay
for
tape.
me. Oh, eBay tape, yeah, I know. So they had their display of all the different boxes there, that we can order when we need supplies and so forth. But yeah, the eBay tape was a big hit, and I did acquire a few of those. American Insurance was giving away for free these nice phone chargers. When your phone runs down and you have no place to plug in, you charge this up and then just plug your phone into this, and it lasts a few hours. And actually, I got a couple of those, and since I am leaving for Disney on Wednesday with my grandchildren, I will be taking both of those with me.
Before you leave on Wednesday, I'm going to have to teach you how to do Facebook Live.
Okay, because I don't know.
We got to see some live footage from Disney.
Oh, okay. That would be fun. I would love to do that.
Make it to the Tiki Bar. I don't care about the rest of it.
So that was pretty much the swag. Now, they also had the eBay store, of which I wish they would have had more merchandise, but they didn't. But I did pick up a few things there.
Well, and that was last year at the eBay 20th event. They didn't have anything for sale, and people were like, I want to buy some stuff.
Oh, so I told the girls that were running it, I said, you did good, but we need more stuff. So I picked up a T-shirt for myself. And things were not that expensive. I thought they were reasonably priced.
Yeah, I was surprised they were as cheap as they were, actually.
Yeah. I picked up this canvas bag. I needed bags badly, so I picked that one up. Really, just a cute little ditty. But the one that I like the best Well, I should say that one was burlap. This is the canvas. This one was really nice, guys. Yeah, because it's got all the different pockets on both sides, and I use that quite a bit. So I was happy with my swag. They had sweatshirts there, but for some reason they were youth sizes for children, no adult sizes.
I'm guessing that was a big mistake when they were grabbing.
Yeah, it could be. I'm not sure, but I wish they would have had even more because by the time the conference was over, their shelves were pretty bare. Pretty bare.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
I got the beach towel. It was only $18. It was a cool towel.
Oh yeah, they were gone by the time I decided to go back and get one. They were out.
There was I think only about 4, maybe 5 sellers that were part of the event, and I was fortunate enough to be one of those 5. And so Griff and I had a nice long talk about social media and marketing your goods and the different ways to do it. So I sat on stage with Griff and chatted. We had a good audience there for that.
Yeah, that was very nice.
But the best picture of the whole event was our drifting board group shot, and it turned out very, very well. And I do know a few members who were there in their shirts didn't make the picture. It was hard to get everybody together, but this was the majority. And look at these 2 clowns right here.
It was fun.
Needless to say, we were a hit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, because we were recognizable, so that made people come up to us and ask what we were all about. How do I sign up? And I know the lifeguards signed up a number of new people there on the spot. So that was really great.
Somebody was asking if all the eBay conferences are in Vegas. Well, the last official eBay conference was in San Jose. Ooh, excuse me. This one was in Vegas, and they have definitely said that we're going on, and eBay Open will be a yearly thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'll always be in Vegas, but the thing about Vegas is they can get good deals if they have in the summertime because it's hot as shit.
Oh, it was.
And so you can get a sweet, sweet deal when you want to bring a big event when it's hot and no one else wants to come.
Yeah.
So that's why they do it. That's why they do it in the summertime. And get to Vegas. It's so much fun. Plus, the city never ends.
Right. Always.
And I threw 2 parties. We did a night at the Tiki Bar. Here, let's show a picture.
Mm-hmm.
And let me see here. I think we only have the one, but whoops. Mom and I at the Tiki Bar, and we filled the Tiki Bar. There was 50 of us.
Yeah, that was a fun night there.
And so we had a great time. We had a great time at the Tiki Bar. So that was Tuesday night. And because we're fun pushers, then Nadine and I did our show, Thrifty Business with Jay and Nay, from the new bar in town called Rebar, which is half bar, half antique store.
Got my mug. Was drinking out of that.
There you go.
Yep.
There's a picture of it somewhere. Where is it? There we go. There we go. So here we are. So, yes, this looks like we're in an antique store. We are, but we're also in a bar. And so we had the show there, and we filled this place up, too. And everyone was in their T-shirts. And another fun night.
It was.
And then Thursday, I had an early morning breakfast, and then the event all day, and then our party Thursday nights. And holy cow, it never stops. And then Friday morning, we went for the general session, and they're like, oh, would you like some champagne for breakfast? I mean, the partying never stops.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, they did share no expense when it came to giving us drinks and food and favors and all that kind of stuff. Well, backing up just a little bit, I thought the community village part of it, where Griff was broadcasting the eBay radio show, and when they weren't broadcasting, then they were having different guests, as we said, where Jason sat and gave his presentation. But I learned a lot there. I wish that would have been more well known to the group of us that were there, because not everybody knew what was going on there. And they had some excellent speakers and great tips. And in fact, when you if you had a tip yourself when we were live on eBay Radio, you could come up and get in line and give a tip. And if everybody that did sign up to do that, I got a certificate of $25 to Bubble Fest.
Woohoo!
Yeah, so everybody that gave tips got the gift certificate. So that was nice. But that community village by eBay Radio, I thought that, to me, that was one of the highlights, because the speakers that were there were very, very good, and I learned more listening to them than I did the seminars. Hate to say that.
Like the speaker right here?
Like that speaker right there.
Hey, it's me.
Yep, yep. And Griff too, because he had a half an hour of fitness tips from him. It
Fitness
was
tips.
fitness. Oh, geez, I'm talking James.
Fitness
Sorry.
tips.
Wow.
Now I love Griff, but fitness and Griff don't seem to go together.
Sorry. I'm so into my exercise. Oh, Lord. But yeah, no, great tips from him. I'm selling tips. Yeah, he did a lot on selling tips. Oh, he was good. Griff is always good. He's great.
I will say when I got off the stage from my segment, there's a couple of eBay employees who are in charge of this part of it, and the one that was kind of there taking care of it on the fly was like, man, you have so inspired me to do some stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
the girl who actually brought me in thanked me and sent me a nice email thanking me and saying I've got other ideas and things I want to use you for coming up. So
Yeah, I think they need more people like you, Gene, to be there and talk about how they do it and what they do. And I think coming right from people that do it rather than the employees on seminars, I think they need both. I think it was too lopsided on just all the seminars and not enough of some speakers, you know?
yeah, I agree with that. But the cool thing, speaking of that, is Hal Lawton, well, is it Hal or Devin or both, said they are making a real big push to make sure every eBay employee is selling on the platform so they know our pains.
Right. That's good. That's good.
And Hal himself. So here's the president of eBay North America. He listed and sold on his own, and he became top-rated seller within 6 months. So
Wow. Yeah, I know.
you
That's
know,
cool.
he's a little busy running a multi-billion-dollar company, and he can do it too.
That's
So
good to
no
do.
excuses.
Right. That's right. Get out there.
And even Griff normally has it. Griff has lost it once, and so you don't just get it because you're an eBay employee. It's all very automatic, very computer.
Hmm.
So no conspiracy theories.
Oh, that was another good thing. One of the, it's not actually a seminar, but you could sign up to sit down with an eBay employee and have them go over, if you have a store, to go over your store and tell you what's good, what's bad, and that kind of thing. I came out with flying colors. They thought my stuff was well done. Pictures were good. They really didn't have anything critical to
And
say.
who taught you?
Oh, see, who could that be? Let me.
Well, I say that because they try to get me to go do that. I'm like, well, you just reviewed my mom's store, and you said she's perfect, and I taught her, so guess what?
Yeah.
Thank you, but I do not need the review. I mean, I'm sure there's some things like some adjustments, but of all the things I wanted to do,
Right.
I knew my store was pretty good.
No, in fact, I was ready to any criticism they may have had, but it came out okay. Oh.
So at the event, they had a picture booth. Right at the event, they had a picture booth, and so here is one set of our shots of shenanigans. Who is that masked man in the back corner?
Those are funny.
And then let me get rid of that one. And we're gonna show this one. So Mom and I did one by ourselves. There we go.
Oh, fun.
Obviously I had a problem with getting in the shot in the last picture. But really, I wanted to show off the Thrifty
shirt.
Forward logo and our love and the great shirt that Nadine made for us. So that was the fun shenanigans at the event.
Right.
And then the party.
Oh, the party.
How can you explain that party?
I can. It's like Sodom and Gomorrah without the sex.
It was over the top. It was great over the top.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the party at the 20-year anniversary celebration was very, very good, but this was even better. How they outdid themselves, I don't know, but they did.
So pictures from the party. So for those of you who weren't there, they rented out a concert venue in this town that I love. It's called the Brooklyn Bowl. And the Brooklyn Bowl started in, you guessed it, Brooklyn. And there's one in London and here now. And so it's a bowling alley and concert venue. And so when concerts happen, you can rent a lane, kind of like you'd rent a private booth at a club, and sit next to the stage. So they rented the whole place for us. So there was food and pictures, and you could play caricatures and oxygen bar.
Tattoos.
Well, glad you said tattoos.
Okay.
Let's show some tattoos. So Mom, is this your arm, Mom?
Yeah, it's my arm.
So Mom got her tattoo on her arm, and I've always wanted some knuckle tattoos, so I got mine on my knuckles. Which, if you don't know what knuckle tattoos are called, they're called job stoppers. But since I work for eBay, I call it a job enhancer. You could play poker against a professional.
I know.
Card reader.
Yep, the tarot card reader.
Yeah. Yeah.
Open bar, 5 hours. And, usually when you go to an event, it's like you can have this drink or a beer.
Yeah.
No.
When I worked for Varsity, which is the #1 selling company for cheerleading uniforms, and they had their big party, we got 2 tickets for 2 free drinks. That was it.
That's kind of the norm.
Yeah.
Where you get 1 hour open cocktail reception.
Mhm.
This was full-on open bar, anything you wanted, mixed drinks, whatever.
And they didn't miss a trick, because those of us who wanted to bowl, and we had a blast bowling.
Well, speaking of a picture at the bowling alley, here we are at the bowling alley.
Yep. And of course, a lot of us ladies coming to bowl had on flip-flops. And don't you know, they even thought about that, because they had, at each bowling lane, they had a basket of little footy socks for us. And they have the eBay logo. So we all got socks, to wear so we could put on our bowling shoes. I mean, they even thought about that.
And here we are hanging out on our couches at our bowling lanes.
Mm-hmm.
So the bowling was free, too.
Yep.
And even though I've been to this concert venue a few times, I learned there's a whole set of bowling lanes upstairs too.
Right?
Yeah.
But I've never gone to.
Yeah, I heard that. I never went up.
No.
Cool. I think that's the VIP section normally.
Yeah. So eBay rented this all out for us for 5 hours, and it was just do as much as you possibly can for 5 hours and have as much fun as you possibly can, because that's why you're there, to learn, but also to network and have fun. So here's our friend Stephanie in her awesome hat.
Oh, yeah, her hat was great. It blinked and everything. It was great.
And then for dessert, and this is always the case, these cupcakes were so good. Did you have one?
I didn't get any, no.
Oh, my God.
They were yummy. Oh, they were delicious.
Yeah, they were yummy. And then on top of all that, they had a concert by a major artist. So the Fray played a concert for us, and because the venue wasn't full, it was just it was easy just to walk down in the front row.
It was like a private concert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I have to admit, since I'm the old timer here, I did not know this band. Never heard of them. Did not know their music. So in case there's anybody else out there saying, "Who is the Fray?" I did not know.
Now I will like to point out that part of the show is talking about the older generation, being my mother, 73, and you're only as old as you act and feel. And so Thursday night we saw the Fray in concert. Friday night we saw Duran Duran and Chic in concert. And Saturday night we saw J-Lo in concert. So yes, my mother went to 3 concerts in 3 nights. Most people can't do that, let alone 73-year-olds.
Friday night we couldn't sit still from dancing, though. Chic was outstanding. Duran Duran was great, but Chic songs blew us away.
Now, it was a lot of fun because Stacy, my wife, and I bought tickets way early on before this event was announced. So then mom was coming, and so we bought 3 tickets. And then so Mom and Bridget and Nadine were going, and then our friend Robin and Vicky decided to go too. And so we were kind of close, but not really. But with Vicky's hair, and somebody else had a pink T-shirt on too, right? Would Robin have a pink T-shirt?
Robin.
So I could turn and figure out where they were dancing because the hair and the shirt. I'm like, oh, there's my gang.
We didn't sit still much, did we, Vicky? We didn't.
We were dancing the whole time.
Yep.
We had fun, a lot of fun.
Yep.
And just so you know, Peggy, you are a blast to hang out with. I had just as much fun with you as I would with any one of my other girlfriends that are in their 30s or 40s. So, age schmage, you're a blast. You were a hot shit. You had a lot of fun.
Thank you, my darling. I love you too.
And then at the event, there was another photo booth, and so here is the last picture we're going to share from Mom's collection.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this shenanigans.
That's our favorite one.
I love that picture.
So, look, if you were on the fence at all, and you know what? When they did the eBay 20th, it was $65, and that was a day and a half or 2 days. And when you got there, you got a eBay gift card for what you paid, so it was free.
Yeah.
And people complain about that. And that party was
$100.
Oh yeah, $100. Sorry, $100 to get in, $100.
Yeah.
That party was, this time eBay rented us a venue. That party was in where we were having the meetings, so we walked from the last meeting through the eBay employees do a clapping tunnel. So you walk through this tunnel of hundreds of employees clapping for you, for thanking you for giving them a job basically. And so we walked in, and that was the first time I thought, Sodom and Gomorrah. There's contortionists and painters and jugglers and open bars galore and food, and El King was the opening act. I mean, it was insane.
Yeah.
And they took that and upped it for this.
Right.
For $199, and I was just saying this earlier, I have a general idea of how much this venue cost and everything they did cost because I happen to be talking to a slightly tipsy eBay employee toward the end of the Brooklyn Bowl thing. So let me just tell you that $199 did not even so much as cover the bar tab for the final event for anybody.
No.
That was a multi-million-dollar convention and conference that they put on. Anybody that complained about the price really didn't go.
Fools.
They
Yeah.
didn't go.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was well more. It was.
I
way
drank $200 Thursday night
Yeah, it
alone.
was-
And don't forget, everyone, you can write this off as a business expense.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
But real quick, before we get on to the last part of our show, Mom's Hall and some sales, I want to go over my notes real quick. The big thing is structured data. And, we'll have to do an episode where we get more into it and what you should be doing. But here's the bottom line. One of the big things I took away from the event. eBay started making us give them the UPCs for the items we're selling, and a lot of us, me included, were very lazy. You can put does not apply, and it does not apply for a lot of the stuff we sell. So, for instance, if you were selling this little ball here, there's no UPC on it. But if you can find the UPC, it makes eBay a better shopping experience.
Yeah.
It helps us sell more, and what happens is people go from searching for an item to browsing for items. So when you're searching, you're like, I need this ball, and you go find it. When you're browsing, you're like, man, I'm just laying around eBay. Hey, look at that ball. That's browsing. And
Right.
if they can make it better and easier for customers to browse, we sell more.
Right.
And also what happens is if you look at the top, so if you search something, go today, pick anything, search it, look at the top address bar. It's usually just a squiggly mess of HTML crap. When they have structured data, no matter how many different versions of the iPad 2 they have, the address bar says ebay.com/iPad 2. And where that's good is when people are searching on Google, that web address for the iPad 2 on eBay will come up. So then once you get there, you can pick what size, what color, all that stuff. But the more we help eBay give the right data, the better eBay is going to be at helping customers buy our stuff.
Right. I have a question, and this might sound dumb, but maybe people out there have the same thought as me. When you are typing in the UPC code, do you put in every single number you see, the one that's like out by itself?
Those are the control numbers.
Okay, 'cause I had a question about that early on when I started to fill them in, and I wasn't too sure if I do just the ones that are inside, the bunch of them together, or include the two far outside ones on the left and the right.
Yeah, so the 2 on the outside, so the 0 and the 6, those are the control numbers. You need those also.
Yep. So, yeah. Just
Now,
in case
somebody just asked about what if it's a 20-year-old, what if it's a 20-year-old UPC? Now, here's what's happening. If it's a current thing in a catalog, like you could look it up on Amazon or Walmart or anything like that, you're good to go. If it's old and a bunch of us keep doing it, they'll build a page.
Right.
So even things without UPCs, if they see this yellow ball show up a bunch of times and enough of us have given it the right title and it's the same keywords, they'll build a page for that too.
Yeah.
So they're trying to get our stuff more visible to searches, and that's the bottom line.
Yeah.
Like
So-
one day a couple years ago, Google said, "Screw you, eBay."
Right.
And so this is the way to get back into it. Google
Right.
said, "We need data this way," and eBay wasn't set up to give data that way.
Yeah. So if anybody's complaining out there about, having to put those in, it is a plus. It's a win-win all the way around to give them this information because it will drive business towards you. The more they get, the better it'll be for us.
What were you gonna say, Vic?
No, I was just going to say that every once in a while, so back to the 20-year UPC thing, you'll go to put one in and it'll tell you not a valid UPC, and it's usually when it's an older item or it's something they don't have in a catalog. It is more difficult for us selling used items and thrifted items and things like that, but every time you get something that does have a UPC code that is going to be in the catalog, that just makes you that much more visible in search. So it's still worth it to go and try and do it. Don't just put in does not apply every single time, just be lazy.
Right.
Don't do that. It's put it in when you can.
And if you can find the UPC, so say, when this yellow ball had a UPC in the box it came in, if you can figure out the UPC by doing a little research, even though you don't have the box, it's the UPC for this ball, that'll help.
Yep.
That'll help the structured data. It'll help eBay build a much more robust platform on helping the buyers find their items very easily. And the other thing that's coming up is two things, and this is the two things they're banking on, and it'll be important to both to all of us for both things. The first one is artificial intelligence. That's the newest, hottest thing, and they tried it out with StubHub because eBay owns StubHub, and StubHub is a reseller of tickets. So if you buy tickets to a J-Lo concert and you don't want to go, you could sell them on StubHub. What they did was they took video from every single seat in 15 arenas, and you can strap on virtual reality goggles and look from the seat that you're trying to buy the tickets off. So you know exactly your view.
I know.
And they said when that rolled out, within 90 days, 20% of customers, so 1 in 5, strapped on goggles to see the views from their seat. That's crazy. 20% this quick doing virtual reality. And so there'll be more of that. There'll absolutely be more virtual reality.
Yeah.
And the other thing is internet everywhere. So everything is being tied to the internet. And what they mean is your scale. So if you get on and you've gotten fatter, you can have your scale automatically order you the next size jeans.
I'm not so sure I want that.
Yeah, I don't know
You
about
go the
that.
other way if you've gotten skinnier. But fridges have had it built in for a while where you could order, I'm out of milk and push the button on the fridge. So that is internet everywhere. Things you don't think about having the internet will have the internet. And so you can easily shop what you need tied to very specific things.
Yeah.
So nothing you need to do right now about that, but just know that's coming.
It's on the horizon. And Bridget just mentioned that Amit from Structured Data gave our group a shout out during his speech from the stage, and he did. He said he wanted to party with the surfers. He's into surfing. We looked like a lot of fun. He wanted to hang out with us, so that was pretty cool. We were definitely noticed as a big group.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, so we'll go into structured data a little bit more. We'll probably go through it and show, because some of those pages are there. There's a lot of pages. Oh, and reviews. If you like writing reviews help sell products, and eBay finally added them about a year ago, and they
Yes.
have 12,000.
That's
So
right.
if you're one of those people who love to do Yelp and TripAdvisor, and give reviews of the products you buy on eBay, that'll help us all sell our products better, especially if it's not, if it's not in this bad review, probably not, but if it's not in this good review. I love this yellow ball, then put it out there. Of all the things to grab, I had this stupid yellow ball. Like,
How much can you say about
how
this
about?
one yellow?
Yeah,
squeezy
I should have
ball?
grabbed my pink, my pink tape measure. Yes, I am big girl. And to go back to real quick to this is an amazing fact. Go back to Facebook. Videos where it's at, live streaming, and that's why I want Mom to do it from vacation. If
Okay.
you've got a cool product you're selling, do some live Facebooking. There is 100 million hours of video being consumed every day on Facebook. Every day. And in the next 4 years, Simon from Facebook said that'll increase 11 times. So in 4 years, 1 billion hours of video will be consumed every day.
Unbelievable.
So if you're not putting yourself out there and doing video, you've missed the train.
Yep.
So
Gotta
it
do it.
doesn't have to be anything, like our friend Debbie Weeder was at the gardens at the Bellagio. She put that out there. But, if people start following you because they like what you're doing, at some point you might do a product review or show something that you're doing or selling, and then that person's like, oh, I like Debbie's videos. I will buy them.
Yeah, that was a great shot you gave, because I didn't get there this time. I always go to the Bellagio, and that was so nice of Deb to post that.
Okay, yeah, so if you go to Debbie's Facebook page, you can see the live, because
Yeah.
once it's live, and it's not, once it's done being live, you can just go back and watch it anytime you want. So,
Yeah.
But that's the future, right?
Yes.
All right, so that is our wrap up. Any closing thoughts, my dear? Oh, okay. The reason she's here today. So Friday they wrap up the event, and what do we do Friday afternoon?
Pool party.
I threw a party at my house. And what did we do Friday? So we threw a party, and then because we're fun pushers, we all went to Duran Duran,
Yeah.
and then Saturday morning, because we're fun pushers, we woke up and went thrifting.
Breakfast. then
Breakfast and then thrifting. So we all went to Savers, and we all went like this. We all just scattered.
Yep.
And this one scattered the right way.
Yeah, she did.
Found,
I usually do.
yeah, bitch. She found.
What
Jason,
happens
be
is
nice.
for both of us in this town.
I know. She found the best thing of Savers, so we're going to share her one awesome haul.
Oh, yeah. that
But
was really
when we were unloading, I pushed her awesome find away from the door so she
He
wouldn't see
he
him.
admits it. He admits that he
And I told my wife, I go, don't tell her. Because Saturday night, because we're fun pushers, we all went to concerts, but 2 different ones. So half of us went to one concert and half of us went to another concert, and I got text from the one concert that my wife gave me up immediately. So my wife is a shitty criminal.
Would not be a good person to have.
No, do not commit a bank robbery with Stacy Smith. She will throw you under the bus.
Rolling right over.
Too honest, too honest.
Within seconds. Oh man, they've been laying around. They're dusty.
I know. I'm gonna have to de-dust.
All right, so here's what she found sitting next to each other. You ready?
Yeah, these are great. Look at that.
There we go. And this is not, we're not having a political discussion. I'm just telling you what we found.
Right.
Bill Clinton corkscrew, Hillary Clinton nutcracker. They were $5.60 each. And what are they selling for as a pair?
About anywhere from $50 to $75, but there's not too many of them new, and there's probably like a half a dozen on eBay right now. So I'm gonna price them at $99, $95 and let them ride for a bit, because I think when we get to the election, they're gonna sell, and there's not gonna be enough of them. So I think I've already sold a talking Trump doll that I paid $5 for at a yard sale, and I sold that for $75 a few months ago. So I'm gonna hang on to these a little bit. Again, obviously I don't care what political views you have. I've sold both, so. I think they're funny. Funny is funny.
And this is proof positive that not everyone knows, wants to, or will sell online. Because who would donate this right now?
Right.
Like who would just be like, man, here, take these.
Yeah.
Right.
This is money. This is $100 bill sitting on the shelf. Who would donate this? Someone who doesn't give a shit or doesn't know how to sell online.
Mm-hmm.
So not everybody does. And the thrift store didn't price them all that high.
No, usually they.
Yeah.
They're getting a little bit more knowledgeable about stuff. Prices have definitely gone up in the last few years. They realize that people are selling online and buying and reselling thrifting stuff. So I'm surprised these didn't have a $20 bill on each one, honestly.
So, and we had $8 and we had 30% off, so $5.60 and
yeah, nice.
there you go.
Very nice.
All right, cool. Thank you, Vicki, for coming by to pick up your stolen merchandise. And
Thanks for roping me into another show. It was fun.
And thank you for attending and for being a major part of our week, because being a good friend in town, you helped out with a place to stay, leading the pack. You were always there, and
It was
you
wonderful.
helped with the party. So thank you very much for being a good friend. And
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Talking me into being a part of this group and going to the eBay event, because it's not something, like I said, I would have done a year ago. So I am very grateful for our friendship, and I've met some wonderful people this week that I would not know otherwise, and that's worth triple the price of admission. So
I see.
Cool.
That's how I feel too.
I'll keep these then.
No.
Oh, all right. All right, babe. I'll see you
I
later.
love you, but not that much, right, Vicki?
not that much. All right, have fun.
Thanks.
All right, before we get to Mom's scores of the week, I want to share my one piece of my haul from that store. If you don't know this brand, it's a good brand to buy. I think it's Desidual, but I'm sure someone who knows will correct me very shortly. So I sold this purse today for $30,
Yeah.
and at that Savers, my score from the same brand was this awesome bag. And I saw it had wheels, but no. I'm like, well, what do you do with those wheels? I'm like, oh, what's this zipper? Oh, it's the hidden handle to pull your wheelie bag.
Yeah, you should get some good money for that, honey.
Yeah. So this was $9.
Mm.
$9.
Yeah. What are you going to put it up for, do you think? Have you given any research
No,
yet?
and no one has any online right now. So
Yeah.
it's not the biggest bag, but I'm gonna put it for like $75.
Right.
So know this brand.
Yeah, I'm going to write that one down.
Know it, learn it. It's a good brand, and as you can see, sometimes rainbows make me happy are on a lot of their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing, Giggles? Oh. All right. So let's talk about. Mal, let's show the couple good things you got on your haul. Then we'll show your scores real quick.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get too much the day of thrifting. Just wasn't on the right aisles because Vicki got everything first. But I did get to the pajama section. I always go there and look at the scrubs. The scrubs are way out of price too high, and $5 and $6. So I don't go there with scrubs. But I did find a Nick and Nora nightgown, which is really kind of
nice
because it's got Happy Birthday on here. So it's a birthday one, and It's got those storks and a cake and presents and a birthday cake recipe, so that was a good find. And this is new with tag, and I know this won't come across real well, but it's a puffy paint design of a fish, if you can see the fish.
And it's sparkly too.
And it sparkles, yeah. I mean, I tell you, if it was my size, it would not be leaving the house. It was $2.99 for a T-shirt, less the 30%. So that I really liked. Like I said, if it was mine, I'd be keeping it. This one, I think we almost have double branding. Not double branding, but you got the Sesame Street characters, but as the babies, the little guys, you know, and they got a little design on the back on the bottom part of that. You know, so that.
And what was the label on that one?
Oh, and that is, yes, wait, we have, let me show that. This is Universal Studios Japan.
So that's what's cool. So you do have double brands. You got Universal Studios, you got Sesame Street, and it's from Japan.
And it's from Japan, so yeah, and that's what made me buy it, because I don't normally buy all that much in Sesame because it's so much out there. So, but when I saw the Japan tag and it was Universal Studios, I said, "Ooh." Now I don't know if I'm proud of.
Wait, hold it back up. I just realized what that shirt is. Hold it back up. Let me see something.
Yeah.
Hold it back up there.
Okay.
Yep, that is their version of Abbey Road.
Oh, the Beatles. Yes.
I am sure whoever designed that shirt was going for that.
You're right, Jason.
You can't use that, but I'm sure they were
Am
going
I allowed
for
to
that.
say Abbey Road or not really?
I wouldn't, but yes.
Okay.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Like Baby Road.
Yeah. Well, maybe I will. That just might catch someone's attention.
Yep, so that was very cool. That just dawned on me.
Yeah, I know. I didn't hit that first. Now, I don't know if I'm parting with these, but if you watched our last show, which was Jimmy Buffett and Tiki and all that stuff, well, I found these great capris or lounging pajamas or whatever you want them to be, but they're covered in parrots and just brightly colored. And
Those are awesome.
I don't know. I'm not sure if I can part with those yet or not. One thing I wanted to bring up, I don't even know if I showed this mug to you, Jason. Did I show you this one?
No.
For those of you who don't know, that is the plumeria flower from Hawaii, which is my favorite flower. I fell in love with it when I went back over in '64 for the first time. But this particular mug is from the Island Heritage Collection. They make a lot of beautiful things in Hawaii, from lamps to pillows to, they're a pretty expensive company. So usually the Island Heritage mugs will sell a lot quicker than the Hilo Hattie mugs. This one is dated 2002 and it cost me 50 cents. So
somebody wants to know what size Sesame Street is.
Sesame is.
Might even sell it before we're done on this.
Well, you never know. It says medium.
Okay, there you go.
Yep. Says
All right,
medium.
how many more things you got to share?
Just a couple. These have been on my shelf. I just hadn't brought them out lately, so I just thought I would show these in looking.
Donkey!
In mugs, yeah. This is the donkey from Shrek, I believe, right?
Yep.
Isn't that him? And that was by applause. But this guy here, and I haven't put him up yet, and it still has the original sticker on it.
Is his name Rafiki?
Rafiki, yeah, Rafiki.
From Lion King.
The original sticker was $15.99, and it's like I say, it's still the original one. And these are ceramic; they're not the plasticky ones.
Is that from Jackson Square, like in New Orleans?
Oh,
that's what that tag says, Jackson Square.
Oh, it could be. Oh, I bet it is, Jace. I wouldn't be surprised. That could very well be. Then I have this Fisher Price Garage, a vintage one from Jason's era. Hold on one second, guys. Did I get it?
I didn't realize I was an era, but I guess I am.
You are. I gauge all my toys around my. Some of you probably have seen this one, okay? And I was missing a couple of cars, and I have to give a shout out to Margaret Collier because she found me the red one, okay? And I have the blue and the yellow, and I'm still searching for the green. I have a green one that someone sent me. I think was it Teresa? I think it was Teresa. But it's not the right one because it's a double-seater, and these other ones are the little single-seaters, okay? So if anybody out there has a green one, I will be glad to pay for it. Just let me know, because what I want to do is sell this, the garage, complete with all the cars, because it's worth it to try and find the extra cars to bring me more money before I put this up. So everything works on it. It's in really nice condition, but I do want to find that other car before I continue. So
So
that's about it, guys. That's all for my haul this week.
Jeremy, who asked about the size, is going to contact you on Facebook after the show about that shirt. So
Who is it, honey?
his name is Jeremy Best.
Jeremy Best. Okay, Jeremy.
All right, so we're a little out of whack, but of course we cannot. We're going to show Mom's scores of the week. So before the scores, it is time for Mama's Boy. So I found a good picture today. You will all laugh.
Uh-oh.
This is September of 1978. I'm almost going to be 9 years old. And so, yes, keep that in mind. I'm almost going to be 9, and this was the first day I learned how to ride a bike.
Uh-oh.
I didn't ride a bike till I was 9 years old.
Oh, look at that.
You can't tell all that well, but it is a girl bike with a banana seat.
Yeah, that.
And I was a late bloomer to riding a bicycle. This was the front yard of my grandmother's house on Bass Lake Road.
Yep, there it is.
Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit too on the bike. There we go.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Yellow and green, kind of rotated back monkey bars, or I mean ape hangers. That's what my wife calls them. Banana seat, girly bike, white shoes, black socks. Yeah, I was rocking it.
I love it. In fact, I thrifted a bicycle for my granddaughter. And pick those up at garage sales. Don't go out and buy brand new bicycles. I'm telling you, these bikes. I paid $5 for a beautiful little girl's bike, in gorgeous condition, and I see them all the time at garage sales. So if you people are out there hunting for bicycles, I highly recommend do them at the garage sales. You'll save a lot of money, and you'll find them in beautiful condition.
All right, let's finish up the show. And yes, I was 9. That's why I showed it, so you guys could goof on me. I don't know why. I could not, Mom and Dad tried. I could not get my balance on the bike. And then that day, my grandmother's front yard was kind of sloped a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I was trying, and I just got to the top, and I started coasting. I'm like, oh, I got it.
Yeah.
So, yes, I was a late bloomer. All right, so while Mom was gone, store was still open for business. Things were selling. Dad was home shipping. So let's see what they shipped while Mom was gone, and we'll finish the show with that.
Okay. Yeah, this was a good buy. We bought it for $10 and sold it for $80. I could have probably held out for more, but I've got so many big things in this office that we just have to, be starting to move them. And it was, and we made some money on the shipping as well. So, all in all, it turned out to be a pretty good profit for us.
Very nice, $80.
Yeah.
And then, if you recall, one of our last shows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these are starting to sell. I had purchased 8 different ones from this gal at her garage sale and paid $3 a piece for them. So, you can see I sold that one at $35. And you got the snow globe there, Jay?
Yep, right there.
Yeah, the snow globe was a good buy, a good sale.
Let me try again. Hanya mahanya. That
sold for $70. And what was the other one?
Fox and the Hound.
Fox and the Hound. Oh, no, and I didn't tell Jason this yet because I wanted to mention it on the show. When this arrived, and you can see they all were packaged in their boxes, and then we had them in another box and shipped. Well, this one arrived. Oh, it was the other one. It wasn't the Fox and the Hound. It was the other one. It was Robin Hood. Arrived broken in a number of different pieces. So I will be filing a claim with the post office, which I always have trouble doing. And if those of you who don't know how to do a claim,
I was saying easy to do. She's going to have trouble.
Yeah, I know. We will help you because I always need help when I go to do the claim. It's kind of easy, except when I get to one part, downloading the expenses, etc. So, but anyways, and I don't know why that broke, Jason. I mean, look what it was shipped in.
Yeah, so you're in your. So it was this one right here, right, Robin Hood?
Yeah,
so it's in the styrofoam that was built for it. Plus, I know Dad packs very well. So
yes.
And that is proof positive that here. Let me stop sharing because I want you to see my eyes. That is proof positive. Sometimes things break.
Yeah.
Like I've packed a record the way you're supposed to pack it, and it only went to Oakland, which from here is a hop, skip, and a jump, and it arrived broke. So sometimes things are just meant to break. So it isn't a reflection on your packing, and sometimes not even a reflection on how the carrier handles it. Just shit was at the edge, and it broke. So don't think your customer's trying to pull a fast one. Things break.
Yeah. No. She sent me pictures. So I do have her pictures. And then I just felt bad because when you buy something and it arrives broken,
I know.
I'm bummed. It's just not a good situation.
All right, Jam's World outfit.
Yep, Jam's World. I've had them for a long time. I finally got them listed, and they've been selling at a pretty decent price. That was for a set, kind of an older design, and so
45 bucks.
oh, I know what happened on this one. Excuse me, got to back up. The gal only wanted the blouse, and I sold the blouse for 45.50.
There you go.
Yeah, yep.
So
And
the pants are back up.
the pants are back up. Yeah.
There you go.
Mhm. Oh, this was good. Yeah, this was a tiki mug. I actually attended this event with two of my friends who are not into tiki, so I bought the extra couple of tiki mugs, and I think they cost me what, 35 at the time, and so I sold it for $101. So that was a nice return.
Yep, and I do the same thing. So basically, those of you who don't attend tiki events,
Yep.
Mom just shout that out like, duh, everybody knows. No,
Yep.
you usually they have an event mug. You don't have to buy it, but and it's usually one per person. So of course, my wife and I always buy one each, and then I sell one right at the event.
Yep.
And the profit I make covers part of the ticket. So.
Right. Yeah. So we ended up buying 4 because it was Dad and I and these friends of ours that came with us. So the first one I did sell for $200, and that was back about a year ago. And
So
this
somebody's asking why I chose 2 prices. So Lewis and Riley, I have an app or a Chrome extension that you can buy. It's only $9.
Mhm.
It shows actual sold price. eBay doesn't show them. So with my extension, Mom had this listed for 200 and she sold it for 101. So when you're looking at stuff, it shows the actual sold price.
Yeah.
It shows it here where you're seeing it, and also right up here too.
Yeah.
So it makes it easy when you're doing your research and someone takes the best offer before my extension, you would not know, and now you know.
Right.
Knowledge is power, and it's only $9.
Mhm. And I
And
don't
then the last one, and we'll call it a day, so you can start getting ready for a Disney World.
Yeah, I know. I'm well. Half of the clothes I left in the suitcase. Yeah, this Kodak Slide, table viewer, we bought it for $2 at a garage sale and sold it for 60. So that was a nice find. I'll tell you, we find a lot of things like that. Of course, your dad's really good at hunting those out, but they sell. I mean, the vintage slide stuff really still sells very well, and we have sold just about everything we find. I don't even think I have anything left on the shelves. I think we've sold everything that we had so far. So yeah, keep your eyes out for those when you are doing your garage sales or rummage sales. We have a rummage sale coming up here right up the street from me, a church rummage sale in about a week. I'll be back home from Disney by then, and I will be looking.
And the key to anything like this is, here's the normal shot. Just but then turn the lights off, throw the light on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we always try and do that. If definitely try and do a lighted version if you can, because it sure helps on the selling part.
Oh, and so if you want that extension, you just go to www.showsold.com, and it works for Etsy too. So if you're Googling something rare and it shows one had sold on Etsy, you cannot see Etsy sold prices. When you click on it, it'll show you the sold price on Etsy too. So for $9, there is not a better deal to be had for a tool.
So that's been our week, and I hope Dad continues to sell while I'm gone on my next vacation.
Now, real quick, somebody said they use watch count. Yes, you have to stop what you're doing and go to another website. For $9, you never have to do that. It just shows it right on your screen.
Nice.
And that's not $9 a day, a week, an item. It's just $9.
One time, one shot.
One shot.
Easy peasy.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, well, hey, have a good time in Disney.
Thank you.
I don't know any other 73-year-old who could have the week she had in Vegas, turn around 2 days and go do a week in Disney. Holy moly.
I know. Well, I hope I'll be keeping up.
So yeah, we'll get. So if you're friends of my mom on Facebook, cool. If not, you can. If you don't know, you can follow anybody on Facebook. You do not have to be their friend. You can follow them. And so we'll have Mom do some live video on Facebook from Disney World.
Yeah, because I know there's some new things that just recently opened there, so I'm anxious to. I'll be glad to show those.
So we need to see the tiki bar, any fireworks, your grandkids being cute, that kind of thing.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Yeah, and I'll put the link. Cheryl Ann said, can I put the link below? Yes. So if you're looking at this video later, the link for Show Sold will be down at the bottom. I'll do that as soon as we're finished here, so it's easy to find. And hit me up with any questions you have. So, Ma, thanks for all the help. Thanks for coming out. Yeah. Thanks for being.
And I just want just before we sign off, I just want to say I met so many friends on the thrifting board that are watching our show and came up to me and just loved the show, and a lot of great feedback on the Shell show. A lot of them really enjoyed that one. So thank you all so much for coming up to me and so I could meet you in person, and sure do appreciate your watching us.
And then one last thing, do me a favor, click like down here, please. Subscribe over here and share this. I always forget to ask people, if you liked what you saw today, share it on your Facebook wall or on your Twitter or whatever. Let other people know that we got this fun little show, and Mom and I are discussing fun topics, and I think we're a pretty good mother-son duo.
Yeah, not too bad. I might keep you.
Hey, look, I turned out pretty good. You had some reservations in my teen years.
Oh yes, many for a while.
I told the story once this week. We were going to Billy Idol's, probably 17 years old, and Mom walked into the bathroom to ask me something, and I was busy applying my eye makeup, and she just shook her head and said, "Where did I go wrong?" and left.
I know. I mean, I thought I was doing so well on raising my children, but the outside influence.
You raised a kid who feels good just being him.
Yeah, and that's great.
I march to the beat of my own drum. I always have.
Yes, you always have.
But I turned out a lot better than you expected.
Yeah, no. You're doing great, and all the people that Jason has been helping, and couldn't be prouder, honey. Could not be prouder.
Oh, thanks, Ma.
Yep, you bet.
All right, go get packed, everyone else. Go sell. We will get into. I think we'll talk about structured data. Maybe we'll get into a little bit more. We'll show you examples of why it's good, and we'll help you get over that hump of being afraid to put more info in there. I got lazy. I felt bad when I heard how structured data was going to help us sell more. I felt bad I wasn't doing my part. So I want everyone to do their part, because everyone doing their part makes us all sell more. And that's the name of the game, people.
All right, for sure.
All right, everybody, have a great day, and I'll see you in the thrifting board.
Okay.
Oh, if you're here, if you happen to be in Vegas, I speak at ASD tomorrow.
Yeah.
So if you're going to ASD, 2 o'clock, I speak about what I just learned about eBay and the birth of eBay. So we're going to go back. We're going to go back 21 years, talk about where it started and where it's at. So
I wish I was still there for that, but too many trips. Sorry.
All right. Goodbye, everybody. For Thrifty.
Thanks for tuning in.
Wrong show. For Selling Past Their Expiration Day, being Thrifty Over 50, I'm Jay.
I'm Peg.
And we're gone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.